Okay, hi everybody. This one goes out to Jay Hoppa on the synthesizers subreddit. We were talking about analog delays, and I mentioned that I just picked up this Malekko Ekko 616 analog delay. Nice sparkly red paint job. But other than look cool, it does an interesting thing in which, as you see up here, there are buttons. This little push button here activates a modulation, which is really an LFO. You can see the LED blinking with the LFO rate, and you can adjust the speed of the LFO there and the depth of the LFO there. And what that is modulating is the delay time here, which is set by this pot. Now, of course, I've got it bypassed, so I've got my Microbrute hooked up to it here, and I have a very simple, very boring sequence set up. Pretty, not a very interesting patch. Just a saw wave. All right, we'll hear it. Okay, not very interesting, but look what happens when we engage the delay. Okay, I should mention how this works, right? This here is the delay time, so at about noon you get that delay. All the way over here is supposed to be about 600 milliseconds. And all the way to the left is hardly any delay at all. So at short delays, of course, you get that kind of reverberation type effect. And with longer delays, you have the kind of polyrhythmic effect. Now we can engage the modulation LFO, and that will begin to modulate the delay time. Now, once we've engaged it, let's hear it. Nothing, right? So let's keep the speed low, and we'll slowly turn up the depth. That's at about 2 o'clock. It's about 8 o'clock, maybe. Let's turn up the speed so you have a better sense of what's going on here. What you will hear eventually as I turn up the modulation to stupid levels, so we'll turn it all the way up. Here we go. Having a little hard time engaging the switch here. There we are. What you will hear is the pitch shifting as the LFO wiggles that time parameter back and forth. Now it's going all the way over very fast. So listen. Which is kind of cool if that's what you're looking for. If you wiggle it a little more slowly, so you figure out, just like any modulation to taste, you can add a little, almost like an echo vibrato, right? This here, regeneration, is the feedback that gets you how much feedback you do. This does self-oscillate, and it will get noisy. And that gets out of hand very fast. Of course, the mix controls how much. This is all the way dry. This is all the way wet. Let's see if it's safe to get back in the water here. So as you can tell, that's the clearest indication of how the LFO is modulating time. This is mostly wet signal here, so listen to the pitch shifting. Right, scratching it up a storm. So that's the Malekko Ekko 616 analog delay. It's kind of cool with the modulatable delay. It's also a pretty good sounding analog delay without the modulation. All right, have fun, everybody.